Hello, welcome back to Little Malayan channel. Today we're going to ask Floria more about her teaching experience in Japan. In the last video, I asked her about why she started teaching English in Japan, or was there any hard experience. So at the end of the last video, she told us an interesting episode about pachinko owner guy. Do you have any more interesting episode?
Yes, I think about like 10 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
I got an offer from an old age home
From old age home.
to
Like a
teach
class
English, like a lodging home,
Mm-hmm.
to teach English to the residents in the home.
Mm-hmm.
And it was my first experience, and I thought, oh, that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so I decided to accept the offer,
Mm-hmm.
and I decided to go there for lessons. So I didn't know what to expect
Mm-hmm.
because I've never taught in an old age home before, and I was wondering if they could speak English. So anyway, I had to prepare for the lessons. So I make 2 lessons plan. One plan is for the students who can speak English well.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
And another plan is for students who may not be able to speak English well.
Mm-hmm.
And so on the day of the lesson, I went there early to prepare for the lesson. So I arrived at the OH home and I entered the door, the main door, and it was like a hotel lobby.
Really?
Yeah, and
Like a gorgeous one.
yes, and then the staff, they were all wearing suits with tie and everything.
Really?
Yes. So, wow, is this an OH home? I thought it's more like a hotel, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, it was an OH home.
Was.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah. So like they took me to the classroom, and I was waiting for the students to come in.
Mm-hmm.
So the first lesson, not many students came, like 4 or 5 students came,
Mm-hmm.
and they are pretty old, like more than 80 years old.
More than 80 years old.
Some could walk by themselves,
Mm-hmm.
but one or two, they had to be wheelchair in.
Wheelchair.
Yeah. So I heard from the manager that there are many kind of lessons in the OH home.
Not only English.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So for example, they have calligraphy class.
Wow.
They have ikebana class,
Mm.
exercise class. Yeah. And so they decided to add English into the classes. And so first, the lesson started, and we kind of introduced ourselves. So I told them, say, oh, hi, my name is Floria, and I'm from Singapore. You know. Then we went through like one round of introduction, and then when I was going to start the lesson, again they asked me like, "Sensei, namai wa nanti you know?"
They forget.
Yeah, they forgot
Quickly.
like quickly soon. Yeah, so you know, like okay, so how we going to start the lesson, you know? So I thought I would just do it the way that I did for my elementary school kids.
I see.
Yeah. So yes, so I started with teaching ABC again. Yeah, and then I showed them some flashcards, like maybe vegetables, and asked them to repeat after me.
Like animals.
Yeah, I even like play some games with them. Yeah, so I think they enjoyed the games.
How was their English level?
Okay, so 1 or 2, they could speak English well because
Really?
they stayed abroad before.
Wow.
So they can speak English, but they cannot remember like new things.
Like your name.
Like my name, yes. So the next week I went again, and again they forgot my name. So I had to tell them my name again.
Start from the beginning.
So like this continued like for a year.
Oh, so you went there for a year?
Yeah, like every week.
Yeah,
we had lessons. Yeah, but it was interesting. Like, okay, so I know what to expect next time. Like we are teaching the senior citizens. Yeah, right. So that was an experience.
Wow. So you have taught children to elder people.
Yes. in their 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Were there any interesting guests, like students, except for
Yes. Do you know that near here there is the Akashi Bridge, and it is the world longest suspension bridge.
to the Awajima?
Yes. So I think that one of the engineer who wrote this book, yeah, he was my student, and so he came here for lessons. Why? Because when the bridge was completed, there was a ceremony, right? And then many foreigners came, and engineers, maybe from other countries, they want to know about the construction of the bridge. And so, yeah, so he had to speak English. But you know, it's very hard to learn to speak English in a short time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was tough for me too, because he had to use a lot of technical terms.
Oh, I see. Not like a daily conversation.
Yeah, not a daily
Very
conversation.
technical.
Very technical. Yeah, so that was kind of hard too.
Hard for you too, right?
Yes.
Not only for him.
So we had to always check out the dictionary for the words. Yeah, and also maybe also he was more than 70 at that time.
Wow, at the time.
Yeah, so it was kind of like hard for him to remember the words too. So we struggle a bit about that.
Did he have to have a pitch, like a presentation?
Yes.
How long?
Maybe 5 or 10 minutes presentation.
That's a long one.
Yeah. So yeah, teaching English, like, yeah, it's not only like, you know, to kids but also to professional adults, and that was the hard part for me too.
To adjust.
And but at the same time, it was interesting because I learned about many technical aspects of the bridge, of building the bridge.
Thanks to him.
Yes, right. Yeah, I think so. I think these are the two happenings that I remembered very well. Okay, so yeah, please check our video if you are interested in more stories. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye.
See you in the next video.
Bye.